Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I quite recently saw Aespa perform from really close up. They were performing Whiplash at the TikTok Awards Korea, and I was sitting so close to the stage. And you know who really stood out? I mean, all of them are gorgeous, all of them are amazing, talented idols, love all of them. But for some reason this time, Giselle is just so glowy and she looks so beautiful. So today I'm going to try doing Giselle's makeup from the Whiplash comeback. I have never tried copying someone's makeup look before, so I am not sure how well I'm gonna do this, but I will try. My features are very different to Giselle's though. For example, I have really dark eyebrows and really dark hair, so the overall look might be a bit different, but I'm still gonna give it my best. I have these 3 reference photos. I took these as a screenshot from the music video. I couldn't find anything better than this. I do think with this picture we get a really good look at the overall makeup look. I'm gonna start with the base. Her base seems very cool toned and very light, so I brought the lightest cushion shade that I have. The lids fell off, but this is from Unleashia N17. It doesn't say that it's cool toned, but it actually is a bit cool toned. What I like about this cushion is that you get some product out when you press here on the side, and then you just get as much product as you need. I do tap it out a bit because I don't want just a huge chunk of foundation to plop on my face like that. I think I need to take my jacket off. It's too hot. I think I spilled something on here. Okay, whatever. I think I need to apply a lot of this because her skin looks flawless. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of editing in the video as well, but since we are trying to look like she does, I'm just gonna put a lot of layers of this. I feel like this cushion foundation, it does get a little bit cooler after applying it. If you use foundation, you might have noticed that when you apply it, it has a slightly different shade than it has like 30 minutes later. So it's gonna be the same for this one. I hope that it's not gonna get much darker. I'm also going to apply some on my eyebrows because Giselle has really light eyebrows in this comeback. I'll probably have to color them in later. It looks funny though. Oh my god. My eyebrows look blue. The thing with my eyebrows is they're so thick. Like the hair are just so dense that I cannot just paint them the way I want. Like people who have lighter eyebrows. I know some of them are like, oh, Mehta, you have such beautiful thick eyebrows, but because they have like thinner eyebrows, they can paint them on in the shape and color that they want and have this flexibility with their eyebrows that I do not have. So I think everything has its disadvantages and advantages. If you have lighter eyebrows, I know that a lot of you feel like you cannot go outside without doing your brows, although it looks fine even if you don't paint anything on it. Don't be too hard on yourself. I only did 1 layer, but I think it looks all right. Giselle doesn't seem to have dark circles. I'm just gonna cover my dark circles a little bit. I'm using my Jung Saemmool color correcting palette as usual. I always feel like such an artist with this because I can mix the different colors. Since my dark circles are bluish, I'm going to mix the nude shade with some red and orange. And then I'm also gonna mix in some of my foundation just to make sure that the undertone is my actual tone. I need to brush off some of the product because if I apply too much, it's gonna get kind of cakey and patchy. Wait, I do kind of sound like a pro. This is my first time, okay? I think the deciding factor whether this look will be similar to Giselle's or not is whether I actually picked the right shades for the lips and the eye makeup. I tried to pick out the best shades that are as similar to hers as possible, but it's quite hard to find the exact same shade. I'm also going to apply some concealer under my eyebrows just to make sure it's all similar to each other. I think this is the best I can do with the concealer. The next step is contouring. If we look at the picture, I think where Giselle applies the makeup or where her makeup artists apply the contour, it's like in this area. The contouring that Koreans do is a bit different than what Westerners usually do. We we in the West like to contour our cheekbone and kind of look very sleek, like cut. And Koreans try to shade this part of the jawline because the V-line is the beauty standard here, so they try to make your face as slim as possible. Usually for the camera, you can go pretty crazy with contouring because it just looks like shadow. It's a different story if you see someone in real life. I'm gonna try to apply some contouring that I can go outside with because I have to go outside today. So I'm not gonna go too crazy with the contouring. I'm using the Saemmool contouring kit. I use this all the time actually. It comes with a slightly more warm toned contour, then a lighter one, and then a cool toned one. I think for this look we're also off better with the cool tone shade since Giselle is very cool tone. What I struggle with though, to be very honest, because my contour is more powdery but my foundation is very liquid, I don't know how they blend it in a way that it doesn't get patchy. Like, I always kind of struggle with that. I think I just have to be very light with my hands. I'm going to try to do this side first and then maybe we can recognize a difference. Oh yeah, I think being very light with it actually helps. Because if you go in too hard, you just do these patches. I also always brush off excess powder on here. Basically, we want to contour everything that's not visible when I look at you frontally. And then we also gonna do some here. I sometimes do the mistake that I apply too much and then it looks like a beard. Oh yeah, I can actually see a difference. The goal isn't to achieve a dramatic difference because we're not changing our face shape. We're just putting some shadow on here. Okay, I definitely also have to add some here on my cheekbone because otherwise it's just the cheekbone popping. Giselle, she has from her forehead down to her jawline, there's no protruding cheekbone. So we're gonna contour the cheekbone away. Since we haven't applied any colors yet, it might look quite harsh right now, but I think once the colors are on my face too, it's gonna look less harsh. Contouring is almost done. You gotta take your time with this. It looks like Giselle also has some contour on the side of her nose and also like here, but not too much. And since I already have a higher nose bridge than Giselle, I cannot apply as much contour or else it's just gonna make my nose look bigger than it has to. The next step is blush. For blush, I brought my eyeshadow palette from dasique. Products are sometimes called eyeshadow, but you can also use them as a blush or a lip product, so you don't have to be too strict with the product names. I got a lot of cool tone shades on here. I'm going to try to match Giselle's blush as much as I can. It's quite a peachy tone, a little more on the warm side, but it also has some cool rose in it. This is gonna be a bit difficult because since this is eyeshadow, it's quite small, so I'll have to use the small brush. I'm going to use these two shades. It might be a little bit too light, but I think we're just gonna have to work on it. I've never applied blush with such a small brush before. You know what? I'm just gonna try to go in with my bigger brush. So her blush also goes into this area, like the under eye area. It almost connects to her eyeshadow. Ah, this is so hard with this small eyeshadow palette, but I think shade-wise, it's good. I'm going to take a bit of this darker shade as well. It's a bit risky, but I think I need this darker shade or else the blush isn't that visible. We're slowly getting there. I think I went a bit too low with the blush on this side. Just a tiny bit. You might not even be able to see it. I think I'm doing pretty well so far. Before I do my eye makeup, I think there's one important step we shouldn't forget. If you look at Giselle's picture, she's wearing contacts. They look gray on here, but then again, they look kind of green on this. I think they're more on the gray side, but I only have green contact lenses because I don't often wear colored contact lenses. I think it should be all right. I cannot remember when I even bought these. These are from Olens Russian Smokey Olive is the color name. I used to wear contacts. I got my eyes lasered though, so I don't need contacts anymore. The tears are not because it hurts, but because I had some liquid inside the lens, so it's that liquid that's flowing out of my eyes. Do you see it? The lens look. Oh, this looks so interesting. Now onto the eye makeup. On this photo, we can see that her eyeliner kind of goes down from the side of her eyes. It's not really a cat eye, but it's also isn't like a puppy eye. It goes down and then extends a little bit. So the eyeshadow is also cool toned. I'm hoping to achieve that look with these two darker shades on the same palette I used for the blush. This might end up a bit warmer though than what she's wearing. Okay, I think we have to work a lot with the black eyeliner later. I'm just gonna do a light base with the eyeshadow first. I don't think I'm equipped with the correct shade. So what I've seen Korean makeup artists do is they usually, the darkest shade of the eyeshadow is where your eyelashes are, like on this line. They don't put a shadow here in the cut crease like you do in Western countries because most Koreans have either monolids or, like me, they have this fold. So having the eyeshadow all the way up here and to do shadows here, it just doesn't really work with this eye shade. Oh, actually I'm gonna use a bit of the cool tone from my contour. Maybe this way I can make the eyeshadow a bit cooler. It's all gonna get much darker once I apply the eyeliner. I'm a bit scared that this eyeliner is empty. If this eyeliner is empty, we got a problem. I'm not gonna do the wing just yet. I'm gonna use this to blend the eyeliner already. I feel like if I wait too long, I'm not gonna be able to smudge the eyeliner like I want to. We also need some eyeliner here on the lower eyelid. Also gonna do the tiny Aespa shadow she has here. The wing is actually quite long. If we look at the picture again, the one from the side, we can see that her eyeshadow isn't that dark. It's just the eyeliner extending here, but the part of the eyelid that you see, it's actually not dark. I don't think I'm gonna go in with more eyeshadow, but I do have to blend in some more black under the wing. On the picture from the side, you can also see that her lashes are curled. I assume that she's wearing falsies in the video, but I don't have falsies. I'm just gonna curl my lashes and then go in with some mascara. I'm using the Etude House mascara. My little sister recommended this mascara to me years ago. The look looks so different on me than it does on her. Ooh, this side of my lashes looks so much better. That's always like that. I think it's because of the way they grow. Like, they're not symmetrical on both sides. It seems like she has some highlighter on the inner corner. Using my Glint highlighter. This brush is actually for lip products, but I'm just gonna use this because it's thinner. Difficult. I think I have to make the aegyosan a bit stronger. I'm gonna use the same brush to draw a line under the highlighter here. I'm gonna try matching my eyebrows to the shade I applied under my eyes. It's not gonna be possible to make it look 100% the same. Maybe we can lighten them up a little bit. How about I try using my contouring shade? There's no way to get color on these brows. I got some foundation here. I'm gonna take the eyeshadow. I'm gonna mix it with the foundation. I mean, they look lighter, but they don't look like eyebrows. Let's leave the brows alone for now and move on to the lips. So her lips, they're very light colored, like the same color that her hair is, and they're a bit overlined. To me, it looks like she has some foundation on her lips. I'm gonna apply some on mine too. I feel like we started out really great and now this is turning into a train wreck. But the lips are so important. So once the lips are done, I feel like it's all gonna look fine again. I feel like this shade is pretty accurate actually. They also kind of pull her lips up on the side a bit. I'm going to use my contouring shade again to kind of pull up the sides of my lips into a little smile. I feel like this is a really Korean thing. Haven't seen anyone in the West do this. Moving on to powdering my face. I think the only part we don't need to powder is the nose. I think as for makeup, This is the best I can do. Now I have to do my hair as well. I'm just gonna straighten them like really fast and then do some hairspray. The hair shouldn't be too hard. I don't think I can get my hair as straight as she does. I'm just gonna try. This side is done. I'm starting to get used to the eyebrows. Did I ever tell you guys about those people who keep telling me to bleach my eyebrows? I thought they were joking, but apparently they're serious. It's a trend now to have lighter eyebrows because apparently it makes you look more soft. But I don't want to look soft. Her hair is pin straight. I don't know how many degrees. I think they went in with like 300 degrees. Mine is on 200 right now. I just feel scared going over 200. Let me put in some hair serum. I think this is also gonna make it a bit straighter just by taking all the frizz out. She has a side part. Her side part is a bit cleaner than mine. I don't think I can do the hair part any cleaner than this. Because of my cowlick, the hair part connects to the middle of my hairline. I cannot get that straight. It's not physically possible. Her hair is tucked to the side. I'm gonna have to use some hairspray to fix this because it falls in a really pretty way, like with this curve. I'm gonna use the toothbrush to do my hair with the hairspray. Her hair isn't stuck to her forehead or anything. It looks very voluminous and nice. It's just the curve, because it curves down and then goes behind her ear in a really nice way. My hair on this side keeps curving. It's supposed to be pin straight. Alright, I think we're good now. So guys, this is the look. I know it doesn't look exactly the same. Let's say this is Giselle inspired. The eyebrows look kind of crazy. I think the eye makeup is really nice though. It's a very different look than I'm used to, so I'm happy with what I did today. Okay guys, that's it with this video. This was my very first trying to do someone's makeup. I think for this being my first try, it doesn't look that bad. I did remove the crazy brows a little bit because I have to go somewhere. But if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment something nice. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye bye!